on, everybody. This is Matt Does Fitness, and it takes 3 sheep to make a sweater, which I genuinely don't understand. They haven't got hands for a start. How do they get hold of like a sewing machine? It's just beyond me. Anyway, moving on. Today was squat day, and as you probably guessed from the title, it was initially pretty disastrous, but I'm trying to use it in my favour. So, to start with, it was meant to be 3 sets of 3 at 170 kilos, which is about 380 pounds or so, I believe. So, here's the first set. This is what happened. I'm trying to use more of a stretch reflex. I'm trying to drop deeper into my squat, but I just felt crap. Basically, I felt really, like the weight felt really heavy. Here's my third rep coming up here, and I bailed out. That's pretty much all I can say about that. I just felt rubbish. The weight felt really heavy. So I decided to drop it down to 157.5 kilos, which is something like 350 or so maybe. This still didn't feel great to be honest, but it felt more manageable. And my plan was to do sets of 5. Now I managed to get this set of 5 out. But then my second set of 5, which we'll see in a minute, did not go to plan. Again, I said at the start, I'm trying to hit full depth and make kind of use of the stretch reflex, really trying to utilize it to help me get up. It did, I mean, I'm still kind of, I only tried it the second time I've tried it, so I'm still not kind of getting it completely right. There was a few kind of times where I really nailed it and I felt myself kind of bounce up, so that's obviously positive. I need to try and do more of that. But yeah, I mean, obviously, the more I do it, the more it should become second nature. And I've spoken to a few people who have told me it has kind of really helped their squat leaps and bounds. So hopefully, the same should kind of occur with me. Now here is my second set of 5 at that same weight. I got to 4 reps. I think I got 4 reps out. Again, you see, I'm getting really deep. I'm kind of bouncing up. I felt not too bad there. I think this is my 5th rep coming up here, and I failed again. I mean, to be honest, I was a little bit lazy there. I probably could have really ground that out had I tried, but I think it was a little bit too far. So, I then dropped down even further to 150 kilos, which is 330 pounds, I believe. And I did the remaining 3 sets of 5 at that weight. So, lots of squats coming up here. Now, what this has kind of triggered me to do, I think, is kind of reassess what I'm doing at the moment. My plan was to squat twice a week and deadlift once a week, and then alternate and deadlift twice and squat once. So kind of alternate 2 or 1 squats or deadlifts depending on the week. I feel like my deadlifts will still go up with 1 session a week, but for my squats, I feel like 1 session a week isn't enough, and I also feel like sets of 3 reps, 3 sets of 3 reps in particular, particularly if that's the only session I do of squats a week, isn't enough. So what I am planning to do at this stage is to squat twice a week every week and deadlift once a week every week. I haven't settled on my deadlift session yet. It might well be sets of 5 depending on how I'm feeling, but squat wise, I think anyway at this stage I'm going to do both of my sessions as sets of 5, and I'm going to go for 5 sets of 5. I'm going to put it out there. Today I did all 5 sets of 5. I was absolutely annihilated by the end of it. My quads were completely ruined. You'll see it at the end here. I pretty much just collapsed. But yeah, at the same time, it felt really good. I felt like I was kind of reinforcing the kind of deep drop and the squat reflex, and just generally building up strength. I think personally, what I've learned now is the 3 sets of 3 is nice for like the end of a cycle, maybe just to kind of put the icing on the cake. But as a general kind of bread and butter session, I don't think it's enough volume. So I'm going to up it to the 5 sets of 5 and see how that kind of sits with me. I think I tend to respond better to more volume, but with all this said, I'll give it a go and just see what happens basically. Here is my last set of 5. So yeah, like I said, 5 sets of 5, which I don't think I've actually ever done before for squats. Like I said, I was completely ruined. I got all the reps in. I managed to grind them out. What I did find is that when I was getting tired, really trying to emphasize that stretch reflex at the bottom of the squat definitely helped me. It definitely kind of pushed through the first third of the squat, and I was able to grind it up. And I'm pretty sure that when I get that down completely, it should help me to lift bigger weights. Okay, right, enough about that. Moving on, I did a brief bit of accessory work. I didn't do too much because, like I said, I was really tired and everything felt like an effort. But I did 3 sets of wide grip pull-ups. I'm trying to do more of these, like I said, because I feel like I've got a big weakness in this area. I managed about 15 reps down to about 12 reps, down to about 8 reps, I think. I think this is my second set you're seeing here. I felt much stronger today doing these, the strongest I felt so far, which is promising. So I'll obviously keep going. I then did some T-bar rows. I think I probably stood a little bit too tall here, you see. I haven't done these for a while. I put a reasonable amount of weight on and I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable bending over so much, so I think I probably should have dropped these down in hindsight. This is my second set, I think. I did 3 sets of kind of 12 down to about 10 reps of these, I believe. And I finished the session with some good old-fashioned dumbbell arm curls, and no messing around. I did 3 sets of 12 down to about 8 of these, and that was my session. So, not great, a little bit of a disaster, but I will kind of use it to my advantage. I'll definitely learn from it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.